Alright, welcome. If you're new to the channel, my name is Elliott and you're watching Reedy Ski Reviews. Today we're doing a little bit different. I am in Geneva, Switzerland, on my way to Chamonix to test some Black Crow skis. And my setup is way different. I only take a carry-on, so I've got very little gear, but I'm still going to try to make a video. It might look different. I'm going to be editing it on my phone. God help me. But we're going to try to answer some questions. We're going to see if I can make content for you guys while I am away on vacation. So without further ado, let's answer your questions. As always, I usually have affiliate links in the description. If you don't see the exact ski I'm talking about, please just click the link that you find and then navigate your way over there from there. With being on vacation, it'll be harder for me to do that. So anyway, first comment we're going to answer. Let's see. Okay, the first one comes from ERC222322. Hey, love your content. I'm currently on a Black Crow Serpo as my one ski quiver, but I'm thinking about adding a wider ski with more float. I ski primarily in Utah and Colorado and was considering either the renowned Citadel 107 or the Volkl Blaze 104 and wanted to get your thoughts. I'm about 5'11", 165 to 170 pounds, and an advanced but not expert skier. The hard part to know is I haven't skied on the Black Crow Serpo, so I'm not familiar with it, so I don't have like a great baseline to see what you would like. But if you're looking for a ski with float, if you're between the renowned Citadel 107 and Volkl Blaze 104, I would go with renowned Citadel 107. I think it's a better float big powder ski versus the Volkl Blaze, which I think is a better ski if you're looking for lower amounts of powder, like 4 to 6 inches, or probably even more like 4 to 8 inches. I think the Blaze is great. I love it. It's very fun. It's very easy to make quick maneuverable turns. I would say that the Blaze probably does a little bit better job if you have like really quick turns in the trees, off trail. And I like the way that the Blaze carves a little bit better than the Citadel. But if you're looking for like big open flotation, probably the Citadel 107 will serve you better, especially if you already have kind of a mid-width ski. Like I said, I don't know much about the Black Crow Serpo, but there might be some carryover there between that and the Volkl Blaze. I love the Volkl Blaze. I think it's great for light amounts of powder and for carving, but if you're looking for float, probably better off going with the Citadel. Great question. All right, both Sportshong XI and VLRR2693 say, what to choose, Black Crow's Octo or Mircore? Now, I've talked about this 100 times. I think they're both great short radius skis. I think that if you prioritize, freestyle skiing and going on the park and doing tricks and going on rails, then go with the Mircore. It's got that twin tip. It can do those kind of things. But in my opinion, if your priority is carving, I think the Octo is a lot better. I like that it doesn't have that super splayed tail, and you're able to really stand on those tails and carve all the way through the turn. They're both great skis, and it's really cool that Black Crows has kind of made these super fun short radius skis. But I would just pick what your priorities are. If you want to have a higher top speed, if you want to have more stability on the tail of the turn and more platform to stand on, go with the Octo. I've said it once, I've said it again. I think the Octo is one of the most exciting skis that came out this year. But not everybody cares about that. Some people really do want to be able to ride in the park, go on rails, land switch. So in that case, the Mircore is just better suited for you. Great questions. All right, Carter Fan, and actually somebody else asked about Armada. So I'm going to answer both of these. But Carter Fan says, any Dynastar reviews coming? New M Pro 94 100 look interesting. I'm personally a fan of the M Free 99s. And then I had somebody else say that they're buying an Armada ARV 80 something, and they wanted to know what I thought. Here's what I can answer for both. Both Dynastar and Armada are totally unresponsive, and at this point, the only things that I can review are whatever the local shop has, which I've reviewed all of, but I've totally exhausted what I can review from Rossignol, Dynastar, Armada, and Atomic at this point too. So I would love to review more of them. If I get a chance and get access to them, I absolutely will. But as of right now, Dynastar hasn't responded to anything, and I'm not able to test their skis, and that goes double for Armada. Armada has really, really been quiet. Whereas at least with Dynastar, I'll talk to people, and it'll kind of be a dead end, but at least there's some traction. Armada, there's probably the least amount of traction. And I don't know. I kind of called them out too for not, working with Lucas Catania because he's like one of their biggest advocates and talks about their skis a ton. I'm not sure. Armada is either asleep at the wheel or just really do not care about people who carve or aren't like specifically in the park, which is crazy because they sell the Armada declivity. they've just completely, I don't know what the right word is. I think that they've completely neglected that part of their audience while still wanting to send them skis. That's my hot take anyway. Also, you guys want to hear my hot take? This isn't really skiing related. I guess a little bit. My hot take is that French people are not actually that rude. I think that they deal with so many tourists, and the only parts of France that people go to are Paris and other big tourist traps. And tourists in general are so entitled and so annoying that the French people that they interact with over and over and over have just been ground down. And then, they can seem rude or off-putting or whatever. But what I want to say about that is, as soon as you speak a little bit of French to French people who are working at a restaurant or who are helping you with a ticket or something like that, they are so nice. I have found French people to be the most welcoming, the most passionate. I love traveling to France. I guess it's the only second time I've done it, but I love France. I love the French people. Everyone is so nice. And I noticed the first time when I traveled with my wife, who speaks zero French, that they would be a little standoffish to her. And I think part of that is because just American tourists have a bad reputation, and all tourists kind of do. But the minute I say, je parle un peu de français, and I speak at like the first grade level, but just showing them that you are trying and that you care about the culture or showing an interest in what they know, I found that they are one of the most welcoming and kind people. But you just have to get beyond that, like self-involved, the world revolves around me, I'm only going to speak English, or I'm only going to just do things that are American. It's like, no, go to a French restaurant that isn't just a tourist trap. Go talk to someone, try to learn the language, try to learn about the culture. And anyway, I think France is great. All right, Kobe Clue says, interesting ski. This is about the renowned Citadel 107. Does the Peak 104 compare as far as design, feel, and price? Am I seeing some similarities from your review notes? Thanks, Elliott. Kobe, I would say that they're both similar in the value and the build quality. Like, I think they're both great skis, but they are doing very different things, like feel-wise. I feel like with the Renown, you're a little bit more in the QST category, like really sandy kind of surfy skis. And I would say that like the feel of the Peaks is more like you're on the tail of the ski, but then you can turn them quickly if you need to. Or if you want to carve, they're like a little less kind of like bam, bam, edge to edge, and more like, oh, you can massage in some nice open radius turns. So I feel like they feel very different in the turn shape. I feel like they feel really different with the material underfoot, like softness, consistency, all that. I'd say they're both similar caliber skis. Like they're both great, excellent options. But the characteristics of both, they are very individual and pretty different from one another. But great question. All right, Jonas Stewart says, what do you think about the Maverick 100 Ti? I'm looking to buy a second pair for powder days. I have the Head E-Race Pro as primary skis. Would that be a good choice? Head E-Race. I've skied some of those from Zach. Yeah, actually, you can get a good deal on some Maverick 100s right now. I mean, they're discontinuing them, so consider that, I guess. But you can also get a good deal on them. Yeah, I'd go for it. I mean, make sure you like them and that you know you're getting. I say the Maverick 100 Ti is like, it floats well. The Horizon Tech is definitely working overtime to make it float better than you might expect, while also having like a stable platform to carve. It really was a well-built ski. I'm sad to see it discontinued, but there was just so much overlap between the Maverick 105 CTI and the Bent 100 that it really struggled to have like an audience that wasn't distracted or going to other Atomic products. But it doesn't mean it was a poorly built ski. It was a very nice ski. Yeah, I think if you got a Maverick 100 Ti, it would pair really well with the Head E-Race Pro. It just depends on what you want to cover. If you're only going for powder, you might consider Bent 110. You can also get those for very cheap. And then you have like your full powder ski covered and your full carving ski. And then you could get like either a crud cutter or like a safe bet in between. You have to decide how you want to build your quiver. But I absolutely love the Maverick 100 Ti. It's a great ski. It just depends. Like, if you, looking to buy a second pair specifically for powder days, I like the Maverick 100. But honestly, bang for your buck, if you're just getting a designated powder ski, I would go Bent 110, Renowned Citadel 107, whatever. Like, you can go down the list of my top powder skis, the Peak 104 or whatever. But you probably would get more coverage total from the Bent 110 or the QST 106. Again, it depends on what you want out of the ski, but that would be my advice in general is, like where I ski in Idaho, where I need to be able to get through the brush and bramble to get to the good skiing, I would lean a little bit more towards Bent 110 myself. I mean, they're both great skis, but I just want to be honest with you. I think the Bent 110 is a better designated powder ski, whereas the Maverick is a good carving ski. It also is a good powder ski, but it's not giving you bang for your buck with those just locked in on powder days. So anyway, I don't know what this video is going to look like. I'm not sure if it'll even turn out, but I want to try it. I want to try to make videos for you guys while I'm here. I know the quality is not great and I'm just talking in my phone with a mic, but I'm going to try. I love making content for you guys, even when I'm on vacation. It's a fun thing for me to do. So I'm going to see, thanks for being patient if the quality isn't what it normally is. I mean, I know it's not. But I started packing all my camera gear on top of all my ski gear, and I just could not reasonably pack all of that stuff into a bag. So this is where we're at. But I wanted to also take you guys with me and make some content while I'm here. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed watching me talk into the camera. Like I said, this is kind of a rough draft. But as always, more than anything, just thanks for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. It means a ton to me. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.